What up, YouTube? YouTube, we are back for your favorite Sacramento sports show.
Beam City Sports.
Let's go, baby. We are here live in the studio on Beam City Sports. We got a big game tonight. Win or go home, Kings versus Mavericks. The play-in is here in Sacramento. We are hyped for it. We're going to be previewing that all show today.
Yes, sir.
Also, we'll go over some games last night. But yeah, happy to be back in the studio with you boys. How we feeling?
I'm a little nervous. I will say that. In our case, it's win or stay home. That's our thing.
Win or stay home.
Win or stay home.
Good one.
But no, I'm excited though. It's going to be a hype night here in Sacramento. If you aren't going to the game, you guys should come to Device Brewing Company on our street. I'll be pouring beer. I'll be pouring that stuff up for all Yo Kings fans. You get a discount for watching the game. The sound will be on. It'll be getting hype in there.
Love it. Get all the Kings fans in there. If you're not going to the game, also we're going to be doing some stuff before the game outside the arena. Should be fun. Doing a little Kings trivia. So, we'll get some fans involved. But yeah, should be fun.
Yes, sir.
So today we are, playing the Dallas Mavericks at home, the 9 versus 10 matchup. Winner will have to play the Memphis Grizzlies on Friday to determine the 8th seed. How are we feeling going into this game? I know we haven't played Dallas with Anthony Davis yet, so we don't know how we're going to play against them, but I'm confident.
So I was going to bring this up later, but since you bring it up now, we haven't played with Anthony Davis. Mm-hmm. We played one game against Kyrie. Yep. Never played against Luka. Yep. And then there was one game where it was when Kyrie tore his ACL. Yep. So we haven't ever played a full healthy Dallas Mavericks team until now, which isn't even fully healthy yet.
Yeah.
So it's been a different team that we play every time, and we are 3-0 against them. So who knows? Yeah,
for sure. Going back to those other games, like usually when you go play a team in a one game, you got to look back at the games that you guys had earlier on in the year to go off a game plan and see what worked for you and what didn't work. But we can't really do that in this game. We have to just go in. This is a brand new game. This is like first time we're really playing this team of the Dallas Mavericks with guys like Najee Marshall getting more role. Anthony Davis being their main guy, and then also having Daniel Gafford. They got the bigs down there now. So won't be surprised if we run the 2 big lineup a couple times in this game.
I won't be surprised with that. Hopefully Jonas can improve with that little stat line he got on the closing out of the season.
That was his best game in a while. 22 and 10.
Behind the head dunk.
Yeah, that was nice from Jonas. Yeah, need more of that for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for sure, like you said, because you got to go off game plan off of the games you played earlier in the season. And like you said, they can't really do that. So it's got to be like the first quarter and maybe even before that. But you got to go off of the first 10 minutes of the game, really, and then make your adjustments off of that. But I'm just hoping if they come out the way we know they should and aggressive, then I think they should have it right out of the gate. But I am also confident, but you can't help but be nervous for it because it's a postseason game.
Yeah.
We won't say playoffs, but it is postseason. It's not in the season. So, but yeah, I'm excited to be there and to be out there doing some stuff with the fans. Hopefully see some people out there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we don't have Malik Monk tonight or Jake LaRavia. So no Jake LaRavia, no Malik Monk.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Definitely going to start Keon, Zach, Demar, Keegan, and Sabonis.
Yeah.
But I really want to see a lot of that 2 big lineup. If it's working, those 2 guys play really good together. And going against a guy like Anthony Davis, I don't know who we're going to put on him to start the game. Do we go Keegan Murray or do we go Sabonis and let Keegan guard a guy like Gafford? What do you guys think?
I think it's just going to be a whole lot of switching, honestly, between Sabonis and Keegan.
Yeah.
That's good. Because, they're not a super quick team, but they know how to move around the court.
Yeah.
And with Najee and then Gafford too, with Gafford, it's just like he's kind of a wild card sometimes. I don't know. He's not as consistent as Anthony Davis is, obviously.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just gonna be flip flop all the time, I think.
Yeah. I think you got to start Sabonis on AD. It's the matchup. It's the Sabonis dominated matchup. So I think he'll start on AD there, but like you said, I think there'll have to be a lot of switching, and because I think it'll be tough for Keegan all game to just guard Gafford or Lively, whoever comes in. Is Lively playing?
Yeah, I think he's playing.
Yeah, so it'll be tough for that. So there's definitely going to be a lot of switching, and hopefully a lot of 2 big man lineups, but then that's who you got to take off there. So
that's a good question. Who you taking off? Because we need Keon. I want Keon playing 40 minutes a night.
it's got to be either. I mean, I guess.
He's going to play 40, but it's just like
got to be one of the DeMar, Zach, or Keegan, right? Like whoever's just not on at the time. Like you got to make that sacrifice. But yeah, I think a lot more two-man lineups is what I would like to see. I'm gonna be excited to see that.
Yeah, and going off the Dallas bigs, like Gafford and Lively have a different role than when Luka was there. Mm-hmm. When they have Luka, that was the perfect big man duo for them to have. That's all they were doing was catching lobs, blocking shots and all that. But without Luka, their game plan, completely changes. They don't have anyone to throw them lobs like Luka was throwing. They don't have people to, get him the ball when it's an easy dunk every time. It's like it's going to be different for Gafford and Lively going without Luka. So I think putting Keegan on those guys might be a smart move. Going with Sabonis on AD. Sabonis is prone to get in foul trouble, though. He doesn't get a lot of whistles on the defensive side or the offensive side. So I, wouldn't be surprised if we throw Jonas at him for, majority of the game too. Even though Jonas also is prone to foul.
Is prone to foul.
yeah, definitely prone to foul. But hey, if you're coming off the bench, get your 5 fouls, make them worth it. Why not?
Use them before Sabonis uses them.
Yeah.
Just make sure the fouls aren't illegal screens.
Yeah.
At least make sure they're down low and it's like a defensive effort that they're going to be trying to stop a shot.
Those kill us. Yeah. The illegal screens always kill us.
Always kill us.
Yeah. Well, going into this game, I'm not sure what Dallas is going to do for their lineup. They've been switching it up a lot. Jackson brought it up on our show the other day that, they've been running a big lineup. They don't start Spencer Dinwiddie right now. They're starting guys like Dante Exum, Najee Marshall, and, the bigs. So they have a really big lineup, even going to the guard position. So I think that could play into our favor, getting a guy like Zach going early, someone on him like Najee Marshall. I think he can cook Najee Marshall.
Definitely.
Get downhill on him.
I'm going to say Zach hits at least like 4 or 5 threes tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Need that.
I think he's going to catch hot one quarter and it's going to break us up.
I need a big game from DeMar too.
I
need DeMar to step up.
I think that's automatic.
Yeah.
He's been doing that in the play-in tournament for the past years.
I want him to play like he's been playing the last couple of games. Like I think he midway through the second, before I fell asleep in the Suns game, the last game, he had like 5 assists already, I think, like before halftime. So when he is distributing like that and then looking for his offense later in the game, like, picking his spots where we need it, that's going to be the DeMar we definitely need tonight. And like you said about the big lineup, I think that kind of should play into what we should try to do, and it's play fast because they're not going to – AD don't want to run, bro. Them bigs, they don't want to run. So, I mean, off makes and misses, you just got to run. And I think that'll, lead them to a lot of success tonight for sure.
Yeah. And then just perimeter defense. I mean –
don't leave guys wide open.
Don't leave guys wide open. They have Clay that's going to shoot.
Oh, I didn't even mention Clay.
Last time he was here in Sacramento, though, in a play-in game, 0 for 10.
0 for 10.
Clamped.
By Keon.
But, okay, Dev brought this up. Keon was the Steph stopper last play-in.
Oh,
so who did we have on Clay? Probably De'Aaron.
De'Aaron?
Probably De'Aaron. So, I mean...
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter, though.
But also, if Dallas does want to start that, bigger lineup with no true point guard, then that makes it easier to throw Keon on Clay and, not let him touch the ball. Like, just face guard him full court.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do throw, Spencer Dinwiddie or Jaden Hardy in there, who is prone to have a big night against us since we drafted him and then traded him, Keon needs to full court press those guys and, make it difficult on them. And I need a lot of steals out of our hustle guys like Keon and even Devin Carter if he gets minutes. But yeah, who do you guys think should come off the bench for the Kings tonight? I think we need to go at 8-man rotation. Since it's the postseason has begun, it's an 8-man rotation from here on out.
Obviously, Jonas.
Yeah.
Trey Lyles.
Trey Lyles. I'm gonna say Trey Lyles.
If we want to stay big, we gotta rock the Trey.
Dude,
we're gonna have to do that tonight.
Yeah,
they might go 9, bro.
Okay,
I think we might go 9
when there's no Laravia.
Well, because
I
think Dev Carter will play.
Dev Carter's probably
Dev Carter will get like 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
He's probably going to hop on Spencer for a little bit. Pause.
Doug minutes? Pause. Doug minutes?
See, there we go.
Nah, Doug's not going to get minutes.
I won't be mad if Doug plays. I really won't.
Maybe.
He's been knocking it down.
I'm going to say Doug comes in if we are up by 12 and we want to try and push the lead a little bit more. Then we try and get a 3-point shot for him.
I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like Doug will come in if we're down by 12.
No.
Well,
you know why?
Because he doesn't play defense.
He can hit 4 threes in a row, though. But he's one of the only guys that can do that on the team.
I remember when he hit those 3 threes in one quarter one night.
Yeah.
He was still a minus. in the so like when he hops on the court, his defense.
Hey, bro,
he's a liability.
For one thing, and one thing only.
Yeah, if we're breaking our shots, I'm scared to say, but I can see a cold start from us in the first quarter. It happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
Where Demar's just walking it slow, Zach's not being aggressive,
that's what they can't do.
Yeah,
especially start like that. It's just going to set a bad tone for the rest of the game if they start like that, and I'm going to be upset.
We're not a first half team.
Not at all.
It's not a thing for us. And then when we do that, we blow it. We blow the lead.
So I'd rather go crazy in the second half.
Yeah.
Obviously, that'd lead us to a win. Yep. But I would not be surprised if we do get out to a slow start because that's just what we're kind of prone to do. I do hope that we, plan to move the ball early and not just rely on the ISO. I think, getting Domas involved early is going to be a big thing. He has had great games against Anthony Davis in his career, but we haven't seen him go against two bigs like Gafford and Anthony Davis at the same time.
Yeah.
That's going to be very tough to score down low for Domas. So we need him hitting some jumpers tonight. I need a 3 out of Domas, at least one. And then take a couple.
He had 3 last game, didn't he? Yeah. Take them if they're giving them to you, and those middies too, because we said it on the last show. I mean, he makes them every damn near.
When he doesn't hesitate.
Yeah, just go into it, pull them. I need at least 5 shots from Keegan in the first quarter, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I miss is that the Costa Kufis
hook
shot.
Zubac was really like, not to bring it back to that Clippers game, but that was really, I was like, bringing me back to my prime, bro. I was like, that's Costa.
It was unguardable, man.
Man, Zubac is going to be going against Jokic.
Yeah,
first round, dude. That's going to be a good one.
The Clippers, I think, have the best shot at eliminating the Nuggets. Going into this playoffs.
I'm picking the
Clips. The Clippers are dark horse.
I'm picking the Clips in 7 in that series. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, back to the Kings.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Who? So off the bench, we're going with Jonas, Trey Lyles, Devin Carter. That's 8 right there. That's 3 guys off the bench. Are we saying Doug minutes?
Isaac Jones?
No.
No.
I mean, I love Isaac Jones, but I don't think tonight's the night.
Yeah. Markel? Is he still on the team?
That's a thing. I can see Markel coming in to like give Keon a little break or like Dev a little break.
Yeah.
I think Markel, because he can still facilitate really well.
He's still the only point guard on the team.
He's still the only point guard.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, if it's 9, it might be another guard or like Doug, because, I mean, if Malik was playing, like it would be Malik, and then I still think Devin Carter would play off the bench too. Maybe not, because we would, if they had Laravia too, but
it'd be like 9 minutes.
Yeah. So if they had full bench, I think it would be like maybe even 10, but I could see it only being 8, like Dev Carter, Trey Lyles, and Jonas, but maybe a Doug spot minutes. But now I think about it, it might only be 8 for sure.
Yeah. Well,
the Mavericks roster goes deep, man. Like, pause.
Okay. Tell me some guys.
Anthony Davis, Klay Thompson, Max Christie, PJ, Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, Najee Marshall, Caleb Martin still playing, Spencer Dinwiddie, Kessler Edwards.
Kessler might come in revenge game.
Yeah. I feel like all those guys have had big games against the Kings.
Yeah, and then Dwight Powell, I remember him going off against
He's solid. Yeah. But PJ Washington is someone I'm a little scared of.
PJ and Spencer Dinwiddie, they both have gone off against us this whole season. They just get this extreme confidence when they walk into Golden One Center. Yeah.
I remember, I think it was Doug's first win when Dallas didn't have anyone. They didn't have Anthony Davis yet. They didn't have Kyrie. They didn't have Luka. And they were up like 20 in the first half, but then we came back and won. But I think Dinwiddie had like 35 that game, and PJ had 30.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So those guys can go off.
That's actually I have that written down too. So all the three games, one was a blowout. We won by like 30. Mm-hmm. One was a 10-point game that was like kind of back and forth, and then we took it at the end. And then we won by 1 in OT.
I remember that one.
It's just like, I don't know. This game could be one of the more entertaining playing games this year.
Yeah. Well, if we win, which we're confident we're going to do, but then we play Memphis on Friday. That one is going to be really tough if we do win tonight.
After seeing how good they did against the Warriors, it's like
depends on what team shows up.
Yeah, I mean they started out horrible. They were down 20 in the second quarter to the Warriors last night, and watching that, I was like, oh yeah, give me the Grizzlies in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. We will dog the Grizzlies. And then Desmond Bane got hot.
He got hot.
And you're not really stopping Desmond Bane. I went to the Grizzlies game a couple weeks ago, and he had 44.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there too. Yeah.
I need Laravia back on Friday.
For the Grizzlies revenge
That's on Friday, right?
Yeah.
I need him.
Gray's revenge
It's gonna
game.
be tough, man. Fractured thumb.
I feel like
put a wrap on that shit.
I know, yeah.
Put a wrap on that shit.
on it.
You see Steph Curry last night. He's playing with the damn cast pretty much and hitting 4-point plays and leading.
This guy's not going to return. Just put him out there on the court.
I know. I feel like we're like trying to, make sure he doesn't hurt himself more, or making sure these playoff teams don't see how good he is to maybe make it a higher percentage chance of keeping him, which I don't think is the smartest move.
He's already
if we want to get in there.
I'm just saying the Kings might be overthinking it and being like, hey, if you're hurt a little bit, then we need to just not play you and try and re-sign you to $5 million.
Nah. I'm trying to get into the playoffs.
Shout out Lonnie Walker. He's a bucket for sure.
Is that what Jackson's
doing? Yeah. Shout out. But yeah, so Markelle, back to Markelle. That's what I was going to say. There's not a true point guard on this team besides Markelle Fultz. Keon and Devin Carter are, qualified as point guards because of their size, but neither of them are true point guards.
No.
So now we're just going to have Zach and Demar dribbling the ball the whole time. Pretty much just Demar.
Demar, he's been good at that.
He's been swinging the rock.
The way he's been doing it, yeah. I'm not, super scared of that.
Yeah.
It's just if it turns into a lot of dribbling the air out of the ball is when it's going to get scary.
Yeah.
If Zach's doing it, then I just need those quick pull-up threes from him. That's all.
When Zach decides what he wants to do early, then it works out. If he takes too long, I feel like there's a lot of times where the shot clock is winding down and we still don't have anything going, and then it's just a horrible shot.
Ball gets poked away or something like that.
And then the fast break dunk.
He dribbles so high when he's like that.
Yeah.
Dribbles so high.
Yeah, well, need a big game out of him.
Yeah.
Coming in aggressive. I feel like when the last few games when he has came in aggressive and he's been going to the hoop, that kind of leads to better 3-point shots for him. And even the mid-ranges, dude, when he's those mid-range faders, when he just stops and, falls back and the guy's going the other way. And it hits nothing but the bottom, bro. But the bottom. That's just crazy, bro. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little scared of Max Christie as well. You mentioned all those guys on their team. I keep forgetting Max Christie. Yeah. And he's a bucket, and he's also a good defensive player. So that's someone to watch out for as well. But what's our predictions tonight? I'm going Kings by 3.
Kings by 7.
Yeah. Okay. Dev.
Kings by 7.
Kings by 20. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, find the wood, bro. I'll go Kings by 5. I'll go right in the middle.
Yeah. Well, watching Memphis. Oh, Kings by 12 in the chat. I like that. 12. I like that. Kings by 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. But going against the Mavs, not going to be easy for sure. Like when I saw this matchup at first, I was really hyped and thinking, yeah, this should be an easy win. But it's the Sacramento Kings, so it's never going to be an easy win.
More happy that it's at home. Like even though I said they don't, like I feel like they win more games, more big games on the road. But no, I am definitely glad it's at home.
I think
Anthony Davis is playing tonight for the chat. Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah.
Sabonis versus AD going to be the matchup to watch.
Kings by 1 in double OT.
We're gonna have to play Jonas and Sabonis minutes together tonight. I really hope that they do that. They tried it out last game and it looked good at the end, and then the only game we did before that was the Mavericks game earlier in the year. So
when they had no bigs,
when they had 0 bigs, so now they have 2 bigs playing at the same time. Obviously, we got to roll with it and see if it works. We could get ran out the gym with that lineup though pretty fast. So don't give it too much time. If they're lighting us up from 3 with that lineup, then we got to switch it up quick. Doug has to be ready, call those timeouts and get the team going. Monk, I think he's reevaluated in a week. So not good news for the Kings.
No,
not good news.
First round he'll be back.
First round he'll be back when we beat the Thunder. That's what I'm saying.
I think we can actually get a win.
Get a dub. Hey,
I think we can.
Could be the next Miami Heat team and go on a big run.
I'm gonna say we do it, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it happens.
Might as well be Poppy at this time of the year.
I'm riding high right now. The game hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
We might win the finals.
Jackson said AD either dropping 40 or 12. That's honestly a good take.
Yeah. Not ridiculous to say that.
That's pretty, yeah.
AD dropped, it was the Laker game the other night when I thought he was going to have a big night and he had like 13 points or something like that. So there's nights where you can shut down AD.
Yeah.
But, going in a big game like this, they're definitely going to look to get him involved early. And that scares me a little bit because I don't know who I feel the most confident guarding him. Sabonis will, try his best, but they're probably going to give AD the benefit of the doubt on the calls most of the time.
I feel like they kind of got a good formula to, guard Davis at least, if Sabonis starts on him because, before this year when we got swept by the Lakers, AD was on the team for what, 2 or 3 of those. He really had one win versus Sabonis. So I mean, I feel like they have a good formula there. It's just going to be
he got 4 this year though.
Was he on the team for all 4?
I think he was on the team.
Sabonis was undefeated before this year against Anthony Davis.
So that's scary when you think about it.
So I'm hoping they got a good formula to do it, but it's gonna depend on who's guarding that other big and if they're leaving guys in the corner, like they be doing. So.
Yeah, Jackson said if they double him, he's cooked. That is true, but also I'm scared to double him because those guys in the corner.
Yeah.
PJ Washington is a Kings killer. Spencer Dinwiddie also a Kings killer. And we've seen what Klay Thompson in his prime did to the Kings, 37 and a quarter.
Yeah.
Can't get anywhere near that tonight.
Nope.
Max Christie also can knock down shots. I'm scared, man. I'm scared.
But the more you talk about it, you're like,
the more I talk about this Mavericks team, it scares me. But, we're going to do it. We're going to win tonight. Keon's going to have a big night. That's my prediction. Who do you guys think is going to be the X factor? Because I'm going Keon. You're going Keegan.
You said this all the time. I wrote this down in my notes, actually.
I
said Tyler's been saying this all year. Keegan is the X factor.
He is. Because, you said it. We want Keegan to get shots early because when he's hitting some shots early, it makes the offense flow better. He's more locked in defensively. And I feel like all our plays in the first quarter are usually for Keegan. We don't run a lot of plays, but when we do, it's for Keegan.
It's for Keegan.
And if Keegan, hits some shots, which he hasn't been doing lately, I feel like the last game we got him a lot of shots early, and he was 1 for 6 from 3.
Yeah.
So
I think it happens tonight.
Second game back.
I think it happens tonight.
He's an every other night type of guy, kind of like AD in the playoffs. Every other night. AD isn't a great playmaker. If you double him with length, that's true. I don't know if we have the length to do it. Can we throw Jonas and Domas on AD at the same time? Then who's guarding the big in the back?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Keegan can guard that.
Well, yeah, it depends on. Well, so then it will leaves Demar and Zach to play perimeter defense and help out. It might be tough.
Hey, AD is a playoff riser every other game. Go back to that stat. I think Stephen A pulled it up a couple playoffs ago where he, in the game 1, 3, and 5, he was averaging like 38 points a game. And then game 2, 4, and 6, he was averaging like 15. So he's every other day.
Hey, technically this isn't playoff, so we can't consider
postseason. Going back to the chat, Kings fan said Keegan is the X factor, needs to be aggressive. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. You guys said it for sure. But Keon also, I think Keon is one of our best shooters. And when we get him shots, he knocks it down. It just seems like he doesn't miss when he shoots.
Yeah.
But he just doesn't shoot enough or get the open looks. I think DeMar is going to come out aggressive and, try and take it into his own hands. And then hopefully they start doubling DeMar and that will open up the rest of the offense.
So he has to pass.
Yeah. We did do the advanced stats on Saturday. He's the 3rd least, prone to pass the ball.
Bro,
DeMar DeRozan.
I really just said his name. That's crazy. But I low-key knew it. Like just watching the games this whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had to throw him in there.
Double him with Sabonis and Keegan. Keegan can roam around. That's a good point.
It's a good point.
Yeah, I think that's true. But then who we got guarding the Gafford?
Perimeter.
Oh,
the Gafford.
The Gaffords and the Livelies. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah. The Gindler.
We just have to score a lot.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I brought this up a while ago on the show. In the early 2000s when the Kings played the Mavericks here at Arco, my dad would say I think it was Jerry Reynolds at the time would say it was the shootout at the Arco Corral.
Yeah.
Just because it would be the highest scoring games. It would be like 135 to like 136 or something like that.
That was with Dirk.
And Steve Nash.
Do it.
Yeah. So let's do that, man.
Yeah. We got the guys to score, but Dallas does have a pretty solid defense.
It's
going to be tough to score down low. And also they got the wing defenders, which they can put on DeMar and they can put on Zach.
Just got to draw them outside, man.
Yeah.
With our like mid-range shooting, just draw out the big guys and then work them down low.
I need a ton of DeMar and ones. Get some guys in foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Get them with the pump fake in the mid-range. Hopefully Max Christie is jumping on that because I need him out of the game.
He probably will. He's too much of a rook for DeMar.
And,
He's
Klay,
get cooked, I'm gonna say.
the one shooter that we need to lock down is Klay Thompson. I mean, We know him as one of the best shooters of all time.
0 for 10 last
Definitely
year, man.
not.
He can't shoot here.
Definitely not. He's had a lot of nights shooting here. Well, I think he's the guy we need to lock down. But, we'll go over the Grizzlies-Warriors game last night, and then we'll preview. When the Kings win tonight, we'll preview the game against the Grizzlies coming up. So, yeah, last night, the Warriors beat the Grizzlies 121-116. They clinched the 7th seed. They will be playing the Rockets. Early predictions. Who you guys going with, Rockets or Warriors?
Unfortunately.
Probably the Warriors.
Rockets info. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, probably the Warriors. I probably have to take I wouldn't take the Warriors in any other series, like if they were playing anybody else. But like I've been saying all year, this is just to see what happens here for the Rockets. If they beat the Warriors, bro, big ups. It's crazy.
Hey, Warriors.
I could say it's possible. I will say it's possible for the Rockets to beat the
Rockets.
Amen Thompson scares me.
It's a kind of a aging Curry and Draymond.
Haven't beat the Warriors in the playoff series in like 20 years.
Going against a really young Rockets team that could kind of, I don't know, maybe outlast them.
Curry had 37 last night.
Yeah, I'm just saying in a 7-game series. I'm not hating on Curry.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that it's like I'm saying the Rockets can possibly do it.
They can make it tough. But I'm going Warriors in 5.
Yeah, I'm saying the Warriors in 6.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm praying for a Kings-Warriors conference finals, man. Let's get it going. Finally, my dream come true. Warriors-Kings conference finals.
Nah, because
I
don't think that. I couldn't have the Warriors be the ones that knocked the Kings out, especially in the second to last round.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see me anymore.
That would hurt. Would you guys, Luke, I asked Devin this on the way here. Would you rather see a Kings-Warriors series again, or would you rather see a Kings-Lakers series this year?
Damn.
What would you rather see?
Kings Lakers.
Yeah.
Because
bring the rivalry back.
LeBron is almost retired.
I
mean, obviously Curry is almost retired, but like LeBron, it's like I would love to see that
40.
greatness one more time. I've seen him twice in my life. It'd be cool to make it 3 times.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, Lakers Kings bring that rivalry back, and then also watching Luka play. I would spend so much money to get it. I would spend a lot of money to get a playoff ticket.
Lakers got Luka, bro. I'd rather be Kings Warriors.
Well, I mean, yeah,
it would be tough.
It would be. I think we have a better chance to be the Warriors than the Lakers for sure. But I don't know. It would be cool to see Luka and LeBron here in Sacramento.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the Warriors, Jimmy had 38 points last night. His best game as a Warrior
18
by
free
far.
throws.
18 free throws.
Merchant.
No, he was getting his buckets.
He was,
in the flow of the game, hitting his mid-range backdoor cuts. He was just the first half was beautiful on the Warriors side. He was just playing in that offense so perfectly. Draymond finding him on backdoor cuts. It was just playing around Steph and everything else moving off the ball. It was just perfect.
Yeah.
Then the third quarter came around and they were denying Steph the ball the whole time, and it really locked up everyone else. The Rockets made a run, came back, tied the game, or the Grizzlies. My bad, I said the Rockets, but yeah. He might be worse than Shea. Not even close, man. That was the first time I've seen a Warriors player with that many free throws in my life. So,
Jimmy, ridiculous to say that.
Yeah, Jimmy was going hard to the hoop, though. Jimmy also had 3 steals, so the defense was locked in. Steph had 37, 8 and 4, and was so clutch in the fourth quarter. Even with the cast on his hand, knocking down those threes in the fourth were crazy.
Vintage Curry right there.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
and he was hype, man. You could tell. It felt like, rooting for the Warriors in this game, it felt like they had it in the bag the whole time. But Ja did make it scary. Desmond Bane did make it scary as well. So those Grizzlies team.
Rooting for the Warriors.
I am.
This was the only time I was actually rooting for the Warriors.
Okay.
Like when I was pissed a little bit.
I realized I was like, oh, Memphis is coming back, bro. And then I was like, wait.
We don't want to play Warriors.
Yeah.
Like,
never mind.
And then at the end, I don't know, those refs were calling some questionable.
That was crazy.
That was insane.
Very questionable.
I don't know.
Was a crazy
Moody
call.
was getting wrapped up by 3 people, and then he falls away with the ball.
And they called it on. They called it on Looney.
No idea.
Yeah.
Or Looney, not Moody.
No, Looney didn't even touch him. Moody was the one with the ball.
Oh yeah.
The outrage online was crazy for sure.
I wasn't too mad at that because the Warriors were up 3 in that spot, and I could tell the refs just kind of wanted to see it go down to the last shot type of thing. Like, give Memphis a chance to hit a shot. But yeah, I wasn't too mad at that. I don't know. Refs making it a close game.
Oh yeah, I was going to say this. Curry masterclass performance. Shout out Tio. He's only getting more better and more fine.
He's only getting more fine.
better and more fun.
Hey, you're not wrong. Jackson says Edey just found out he was 7-4 yesterday or something. He was hating on Edey. I do think he could have got more easy buckets down there. You know, he had Edey buckets. Yeah, going against Draymond, who's what 6'5", and Edey is 7'4".
Yeah.
Well, Draymond Depoy though.
Wait, Draymond's only 6'5".
Draymond's 6'5".
He's like 6'8".
Man, he's short, Draymond. Only a couple inches shorter.
He a little bit. Whoa. Shit, yeah, he might be 6'5". I was about to say he's a little bit taller than Steph.
Yeah.
Steph's 6'3".
He's really like 6'5", 6'6". It's crazy. But he guards guys that are 7'4", like Zach Edey.
He might be 6'5".
Zach Edey had 14 points and 17 rebounds, so that's a pretty good night as a rookie in a postseason game. But I do think Jackson's right. He played a little soft at points and could have had some easier buckets, but I think that will come with time. I think he's going to be a good player in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Not like a Shaq dominant force, but like a solid big.
Put some muscle on that body, pause. He could be dominant.
He could.
He could be Shaq.
No.
Or Yao, bro.
No.
It was pretty funny.
He looks like Yao Ming, does he not? In the face a little bit? Am I the only one that thinks that?
He is not the same culture as
No, I know, but like, all right.
I see what you mean. You're
I guess
not
it
wrong.
was ridiculous to say that.
Same cut.
Nah, same face.
Well, Draymond, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 10 assists,
prime
3
Draymond
steals,
game.
1 block. Really a prime Draymond game, man. 10 assists.
And he fouled out.
Love that from Draymond. An X factor though was GP2. Had 12 points off the bench early. Yeah,
it's gonna be
played
important
great
for him
and
to
he
play
blocked
throughout
Edey,
these
man.
playoffs. He got to stay healthy for them for sure.
Yeah,
GP2 is like a whole foot and a half shorter than Edey, and he blocked him.
And that was sick. GP2 is the smallest center of all time. He really just plays the dunker spot. Gets out and runs. He's fun to watch, man. He also hit a couple threes last night.
Yeah.
Early in the game, Memphis was daring guys like GP2, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond to just shoot all night. And they were taking them, and they hit a couple. So that's big for the team. But I was surprised Steve Kerr went with guys like GP2, Draymond, and Jimmy all at the floor at the same time, because those guys are like so easy to guard. You just don't even guard them. So it makes it easier to guard Steph. But hey, Jimmy walked into one and sat there for about 5 seconds, and they didn't guard him. And he shrugged his shoulders and then knocked it down. So that was like his first shot. I was like, oh, it's going to be a good night for Jimmy after that.
Oh, yeah.
Quentin Post, your Warriors X Factor, 11 points last night, knocking down threes, coming in the first half, making an impact. So
good game off the bench.
Yeah, he was big last night.
I like Quentin Post, but the way he plays, man, just pisses me off. Just walks up to the 3-point line and pops it. I don't know.
That could be you, bro.
GP2 has a pretty shot. It's pretty. The lefty shots are always pretty. Don't get why he doesn't shoot a higher 3-point percentage. He's just inconsistent, but and most of the games he doesn't want to shoot them. Like they'll leave him wide open and he'll pass it to Steph. That's most of the Warriors offense is Looney wide open from mid-range. Oh wait, no, hand off to Steph. And set a screen. But yeah, so Moody with 9 points. Pajemski, spell Pajemski.
P-O-D-G. I don't
almost at it.
Z.
P-O-D-G.
J? There's no J.
P-O-D-G.
There's no G.
Wait, what? Pod Jim?
Pods.
Pod. Oh, P-O-D-Z.
I-E-M. S-Kai. I said it again.
S-Kai. Where do you get Jemski? Nah, see. Never ask me that question again.
It doesn't matter.
I hate that stupid ass name.
Well, he had a bad night. 3 points, 1 of 7 from the field. Didn't matter. Buddy with 2 points, a bad night for him. Took some questionable shots. I think Buddy Hield's going to fall out of the rotation come playoff time.
He doesn't look like his shot is the same anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. His legs are kind of not under him.
Yeah.
Whenever
especially the other day when he got that last shot and hit all backboard.
That was I was just like, Buddy.
No legs.
Brick.
Yeah.
God.
You know what's funny for me? I was watching that on my phone, and they gave it to Buddy. And middle of the shot, my phone lagged. So it's just, I see the ball in the air, and I could tell it was so far off. I was like, Buddy fucking.
I laughed when I saw it go up.
Last night that hit the back rim so hard and just went hella high in the air. And as soon as he released it, I was like, oh, it looked like me throwing up something out there, bro. I was like, dude.
Well, my guy Guy Santos came in. Made an immediate impact. Got an offensive rebound, 3 points, 3 rebounds in 6 minutes. Got an and one. yelling at the crowd. It was crazy to see. I interviewed him in Santa Cruz, and he said when he got his contract, he was playing Fortnite. So I'll always remember that for Guy Santos. He was playing Fortnite when he got the call that he was being signed to the Warriors. So,
and that's what inspired me to become a pro Fortnite player.
Yep, shout out Fortnite.
We can be pro Fortnite.
Kuminga didn't play, so he's out of the rotation.
Yeah, no, he's.
How do we feel about that? Kuminga's officially out of the rotation.
I'm not a Warriors fan. I don't give a.
But like, he's so good. He's so skilled. So many teams could use him.
Yeah, no, they're probably gonna, they might be in a situation where they're not playing him and trying to, lower his value so they don't have to pay him as much.
I mean, you're probably right.
That's what I'm thinking.
You're probably right.
But I still honestly just don't think he fits with what they're doing right now. King should get him. I've been saying that for like 2 years.
King should get him.
I still don't think he fits with what they're trying to do. Because you said, who was it? Draymond, GP2, and who was the other guy?
Moody.
You were on the Moody on the floor at the same time. It's easier to guard Steph.
Yeah.
It's kind of worse with Kuminga out there because he doesn't shoot threes. And he will, but it won't be a good percentage.
He will shoot threes more than all those other guys, but he won't hit.
Yeah, and his game is athletic slasher, like the guys I was making on 2K for like 3 years in a row. And then they already got Jimmy to kind of do that, like not the athletic part, but he's going to be working in that zone in the mid range, in the paint, and then you got Steph. So I mean, I think he's just out of the rotation for kind of a reason that makes sense. And then maybe underlying some, we don't want to pay you that much coming up this offseason.
Yeah, I think he's pissed on the bench, watching him in like his, mannerisms at the timeouts and all that. He's getting
ask
up
for 35 mil, right?
Yeah, he was trying to ask for a bag. Warriors didn't want to pay. And now he's going to be a free agent in the offseason. So we'll see what the Warriors do. I know he's restricted, so the Warriors can, match an offer, but it's going to be tough. But going on the Grizzlies side, Desmond Bane had 30 points. Ja had 22. Ja did roll his ankle, though. That was a little scary. Yeah. But he healed, got under. Yeah. Came back immediately and hit a mid-range jumper. So, obviously, the injury goes away when you have the ball in your hands. I've said this before, but you can be hurt. And Ja was limping back on defense, limping, the whole time on defense. But when the ball's in his hand, it doesn't look like he's limping to me.
Yeah.
That ball has all that energy.
The ball got power.
The ball got power. Your injury disappears when you have the ball. It is.
It's adrenaline.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how he plays against us.
Yeah. Yep.
Please.
Hopefully.
I'm talking.
Right.
We will.
I feel like we already won the game.
Ja overrated.
I'm really confident with how going into tonight.
Yeah.
So when
too.
we do play him, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because those sprained ankles they hurt a lot in that moment right there, and then when you get back on the court, it kind of goes away.
Yeah.
Then the next day it's gonna be fat like a baseball, little softball maybe.
Yeah. Is Ja Morant overrated? So we're getting in the chat. Ja overrated.
Overrated.
I would get passionately into that debate, but we don't have Fox
he's
no
pretty
more,
damn good, man. I like Ja's game. Last night, before he got injured, he was just scoring at will. In that little floater range. He also hit some threes. The Warriors were daring him to shoot, and he knocked it down.
Yeah.
But I think this team around him and the whole coaching situation just kind of throws everything off. Listening to the mic'd up moments when their new coach, Isolo, was, talking to him on the bench, it didn't seem like the team was really, getting behind him.
No.
He didn't seem too confident talking to his guys either. It didn't feel like a real, a team together.
I don't think
Taylor Jenkins was the right guy for that team.
I don't think that coach was really expecting this whole change at all. I think he's just like, oh, damn. I'm just a fill-in coach right now.
Yeah.
I don't think the office really expected them to get into the playoffs or go far in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they did this whole thing right here. And they're going to have a new coach by next year for sure.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know, though, because their coach that they had, supposedly was really good overseas, multiple years, won championships overseas. And they wanted.
Easy.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
and they wanted him to be, the offensive guy because they weren't running enough pick and roll. And they set a stat last night that ever since he's taken over as coach, Zach Edey he went from setting 10 screens a game to 40. So the offense has completely changed, and it's really opened Ja's game a little more. So I think they might roll with him.
Maybe.
But the way he was talking to his guys on the bench, I was really noticing that they were not really getting behind him. And they were kind of it seemed like they were tuning him out a little bit. He seemed a little I don't know about nervous, but just not comfortable on the bench.
I feel I think it just takes time. And then they just did it at the worst time. They should have rode out
horrible timing.
Rode out the season with Taylor.
Yeah.
And then maybe have discussions about stuff. I don't know what the behind the scenes were there in Memphis, but
bro,
it seems like
fights.
It seems like nobody's talking to coaches anymore.
Yeah,
and like the whole GM, like the whole like the office and everything. It's just not happening at all.
League, man.
It's a players league.
And what's crazy is in the 90s, it wasn't a players league at all. It's turned around in 20 years, 25 years.
Well, going against Memphis, they did start Scottie Pippen Jr. last night because Jalen Wells is out. So they started Ja, Desmond Bane, and Scottie Pippen Jr. And they had Scottie Pippen, face guarding Steph pretty much the whole game. So I'm curious to see what they'll do against the Kings. I feel like that was kind of like a spot start for him because they needed someone to face guard Steph the whole time. So I wonder what they do against us if we do win tonight. When we win tonight. But yeah.
Stop saying if, bro.
Win.
Come on.
Who we putting on Desmond Bane?
Oh,
because I'm putting Keon on Ja all
he
game.
Killed us last time.
Keegan. Then who we putting on Jaren?
Oh, Jaren's trash, dude.
No, he's not.
Domas can take care
Jaren had 18.
Nah, Jaren.
Can take
then who we putting on Zach Edey?
Jaren ain't going down in the paint, bro. DeMar can guard him.
No.
Yeah, DeMar's guard him on the
Jonas,
Jaren will
put Jonas in the game.
Yeah. Zach Edey will.
We got to run the duels again.
Zach Edey and Jonas, that'd be a crazy matchup.
We got to run the double big.
It'd be the slowest foot matchup.
I'm pretty sure when we played Memphis last, Jonas was playing against him a lot.
Yeah,
and he actually did pretty good.
We were at that game.
That matchup was I'm gonna find that matchup.
Yeah.
You were at that game.
But I don't know. I think we're gonna have to definitely put the double big lineup against Memphis if we play them when we play them.
I hope we try it tonight. If Doug doesn't run that double big lineup tonight, you might be out of a job, man. Doug, you might be cooked because it's not even a question. Like, this is the night to do it. This is the night to run that double big. It just doesn't make sense if you don't try it. Well, another game last night, the Hawks and the Magic, 120-95. Your Orlando Magic won that at home.
Get Trey out of there, man.
Get Trey out of there.
Get Trey out of there and go to Orlando, Trey.
That would be sick.
Go to Orlando.
You see how pissed Trae Young was last night?
Oh, he was pissed.
He
was not happy.
It's like, it's just when your team is that bad around you, it's like you just kind of you don't have any other choice but to crash out and get thrown out of the game. He got his stats 28-6 and said, I'm gonna nutmeg Wendell Carter, and then I'm gonna take the ball from the ref and I'm gonna get teed up and I'm gonna get tossed.
Yeah.
And Trae Young was salty, but I still like the Hawks.
I respect him for that.
But Trae Young, he should go to a different team.
Yeah, definitely.
He's up out of there.
He's up out of there.
He's definitely going to be up out of there.
He would be perfect in Orlando.
It'd be perfect.
Dude, he would be perfect.
That's crazy.
Paolo, Franz,
bro. And now he's going to go.
Yeah, replace Corey Joe in that starting lineup with Trae Young.
Bro, really texted it.
They might be a final.
The thing is, Jalen Suggs should be starting. Like, if Jalen Suggs is starting.
He's too busy at the WNBA draft with his girl.
Hey.
Well, his knee's also blown out.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only thing blown out.
What? That's crazy.
Hey, shout out to Haley Van Lith on Chicago Sky, bro. That's crazy. They played the Fever.
Is Angel Reese on Angels?
Yeah. And
those gonna be some games to watch.
That's gonna be interesting. Well, I'm pretty sure they had beef. Is the thing.
Who?
Angel Reese.
No, they played at LSU together for a year.
But I think they had.
I think she left
South Carolina.
Yeah.
But and then they just got Haley. Shout out, bro. That opening game, we might have to go to Indiana. Bro.
Shout out Paige though. Paige 6.
Oh yeah, she cool.
Trey, comment in the chat. Not gonna say who it's from. Trey sucks. He's not a winner. Talks too much for not backing it up. I mean, dude,
his team's ass.
He made it to the conference finals in his second year, so he does win. But his team around him, what is he supposed to do? His second leading scorer last night was George Niang with 15 points.
He's been in the league for 10 years and he's played for 7 teams.
I like George Niang, but not as your second leading scorer.
No, that's the thing. If you got that guy who's played for 7 teams in 10 years as your second leading scorer, like that means something.
Also, we got a Corey Joseph rules in the chat. King's legend right there. Shout out to Corey Joe.
That's what that says.
That's what that says. Shout out to Corey Joe, man. Started over De'Aaron when De'Aaron was a rookie. And that's the only reason I didn't like him. But he played hard. He plays the game the right way.
That was
last night.
That was George Hill.
Well, both of them kind of did.
Oh,
But last night, Corey Joe started the game pulling up from mid-range, hitting a jumper. And I was like, damn, Corey Joe got to pull up midi in his game now? It's like that. And it was like that.
He only scored
He had 9.
9.
He had 9.
Yeah.
A solid game. Bet PG game right there. Good to see you from Corey. But yeah, the Hawks will be playing the winner of the Miami and Chicago game
I forgot
tonight.
they still get another chance.
Yeah. Who are we going with? Miami or Chicago? The game is in Chicago.
Chicago.
Give me the Bulls.
In Chicago?
I'm taking Chicago.
Wait.
Kobe White masterclass tonight. I think Kobe White has the highest scoring game in play-in history.
How is it?
44, 45, something.
I think it's 45.
Yeah.
How's it in Chicago? They're
the 9 seed.
What do you mean they're the 9 seed?
They are the 9 seed.
Chicago's the 9 seed.
So when you get
Atlanta?
The Kings are the 9s. Atlanta is
they were
8 seed. They just lost last night in the 7-8. Tonight we're seeing the 9-10.
So
it's Miami and Chicago.
Oh, you said Miami, Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Who are we going?
I was like,
I'm going Bulls.
I'm going Bulls.
Yeah, Bulls.
Send Miami home.
Sorry, Davion. Bulls.
Damn, yeah.
I just realized there's 2 Kings players in the match tonight.
Yeah.
Kevin and Davion.
Kevin Huerter about to go off.
Kevin Huerter and Davion
He might go crazy.
Kevin Huerter might go crazy tonight. But
and I'm gonna be even more mad. No, I'm just kidding. Go do your thing, Kip.
Do your thing, Red Velvet. Oh, we respect you over here. But yeah, so anything else on the Kings matchup tonight? What's the game plan going in?
Play fast. No turns.
Dev's 3 keys to the game. Luke's 3 keys to the game.
Play fast. No turns. And shoot a lot of threes.
Shoot a lot, not make a lot.
Well, that goes hand in hand. But
Trey for Malik. Trey Lyles minutes over for Malik. That's what we're getting in the chat. A lot of Trey Lyles minutes.
Malik's not playing.
Yeah, instead of Malik. Trey Lyles to fill some of those minutes.
Yeah. We need the size for
Big Trey. That's my third key. Big bench product.
Trey day.
We need bench production.
I need a trade day.
So yeah, that's gonna be my first one is bench production.
Yeah.
We need that to happen. Rim protection.
Yeah.
Number 1, rim protection.
They're gonna try and go to
They're gonna go to the rim all the time. Mm-hmm. We need to be strong down low.
Yeah.
And then 3-point shooting, we need to be good at 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
We need Trey to hit at least 2 threes. We need Keegan at 4. We need 3-pointers.
Hey, this year we win a lot more than we lose when they shoot at least 40%.
Yeah, true.
That's it.
Which they don't do that a lot, but
I'll give my keys, but we did get in the chat. Would we trade Malik Monk for Trae Young? That's what
we would have to throw a little bit more in there too.
Hey, I'm doing that. Get Trae Young in Sacramento, man.
Yeah,
I think I would do that.
You would do that?
Or do we trade Malik to Charlotte for LaMelo?
Oh,
nah.
What would you rather do?
Trey?
I'm taking LaMelo.
Yeah. LaMelo might be the better option there.
I say we put a trade package for
LaMelo is 6'7".
For LaMelo.
Is he
Trae
a winner?
Young is 6 foot.
Is he a winner though?
LaMelo wants to be a winner.
LaMelo has never won as much as Trae Young.
And I won $1 million, but no, I'm just kidding.
Well, my 3 keys to the game tonight are don't let those others get hot. You know, Anthony Davis is going to try and do his thing, but don't let the others get hot. Clay, PJ Washington, Max Christie, and Dinwiddie. Those 4, pretty much, don't let them get hot.
Yep.
Get Keegan going early. We said it already. Get Keegan going early.
Yep.
And, find Keon. I need like 7 shots at least out of Keon tonight. He's probably going to make 4 or 5 of them. So I need Keon getting involved. But yeah, those are some keys to the game. Wonder what Katie's keys to the game will be. I know we probably won't hear her on the broadcast anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah.
What do you mean anymore?
Because it's the playoffs. It's not on the Kings.
Oh, yeah. Right. I was like,
Mark Jones said bye to Kings
inside
fans.
Information?
Yeah, I got that.
What do you mean he said bye to Kings fans?
Well, I don't know. Maybe this is his last game announcing the Kings.
Done.
Maybe. That was the Phoenix game. He said signing out Kings fans and all that. So.
Oh, bro always says that.
It could be just for regular season.
He does.
He's
because he has a contract with.
Get me on.
He has a contract with ESPN and with NBC Sports.
He'll still probably do a Kings.
Bring Jerry back.
When we beat
honestly, that game with
Jerry,
what do we
think of the Jerry
and Kyle? That shit made me like Kyle like more.
Yeah, same.
Like as an announcer,
they got along pretty well.
Yeah,
they were vibing.
Yeah, I fucked with that.
Kyle helped Jerry a lot.
He did.
You could tell Jerry was a little bit like kind of struggling.
Yeah,
and Kyle was like. Just there, like
it was a good time. Cool. Yeah. And Jerry even showed Kyle a lot of respect after he was like, I got to give you some love. You carried me pretty much this whole time. And Drake
and then they took an L in front of bro.
Oh yeah,
come
on, you got to win that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
it was also really wholesome seeing Doug and Jerry dap up.
Yeah, at the beginning,
sunned them too.
Yeah.
Sunned him. That was
sunned him. Yeah. Anything else on the Kings game tonight?
Win.
Win. Win.
Win.
It's my birthday, Kings. Come on. It's not my birthday.
Yeah.
It's not until December.
Is it really your birthday?
No.
Oh. Technically, every day is your birthday.
Preach.
Every day is a birthday when
Every
it's
day is a birthday.
Kings game day. But yeah, Kings Memphis tonight. We have a
Dallas.
one game.
Kings Dallas.
Why do I keep saying it's going to be Memphis on Friday?
It's going to be Memphis.
That's what I'm saying.
We
Manifesting
it's
it.
Friday. We're trying to sim.
Yeah, I'm trying to sim to Friday.
CPU got this game.
Gotta manifest this. Manifest.
Tonight should be a fun one though. But yeah, anything else on the Kings? Or we can go, some baseball talk. The A's got a dub last night. Love to see that. A's beat the White Sox.
We did 13-3, 12-3.
Yep, 12-3.
12-3.
Tyler Soderstrom, 2 homers again. He's leading the league by 2 home runs. He has 8 home runs.
Yes.
The next guy has 6. So shout out to Sody.
I think there's there's like 7 people with 6.
Yeah.
Right now, but yeah.
Sody is leading the league in
Sody
homers.
Sody Pop.
Giants lost to almost cussed really bad. Giants lost to the Phillies, unfortunately, last night.
Unfortunately.
But not mad. That's what 3-2 on the road trip so far, and it's a gauntlet. So, as long as you stay over 500 on it, but freaking, my opinion, Bob left the 49-year-old in there for a little bit too long.
Sleepy Bob.
Justin Verlander was at like 100 pitches, and then loaded the bases, and they left him in their base hit. So but I'm not mad. Still playing good. Shout out the A's with the dub.
Yeah.
Didn't see that, but good. Glad to hear that.
Dub.
Easy schedule coming up for the A's. White Sox, and then I think they play another easy team.
Oh.
So, I saw the power
Stacked
rankings.
dubs right there.
You guys see the power rankings the other day?
Yeah, Giants were at like 8, bro.
No, they were 3.
Oh.
Padres,
were they?
Dodgers,
Okay.
Giants were the top 3.
Yeah, that's.
I was
crazy.
looking. I don't know why.
Hate the NL West.
My thought was like, oh, the A's might be top 10. No. A's might be top 20. No. 26 rated team. That's cap. We're gonna put the world on notice.
that makes me mad because the first one I saw was like posted by MLB.
Yeah.
Because like some of them are posted by like the like MLB Network people and like different ones, and the Giants were 8. I was like 8.
Kind of makes sense that we're down.
The biggest struggle.
Looking at a standing.
What's y'all record right now?
7-10.
That's not bad. The biggest struggle with the A's is they've allowed the most runs in the first inning in the entire league.
Yeah.
It's always the first
It's
inning.
the first inning. We
Always
got like
the
4 or
first
5 runs.
Well, the Rangers are only 10-7.
Yeah, we're right there.
That's it.
We can go on a win streak.
That's gonna be a really competitively mid division.
Oh my god. Relax.
We do play the Rangers soon though. So we play the White Sox right now for the next 2 games.
Yeah.
And then we play Milwaukee. And then we come back to Sacramento and play the Rangers.
Let's go.
And then the White Sox come here again.
20-game win streak starting now. Let's get it going, Moneyball. But Nick Kurtz is going to get called up because he's leading all of baseball in home runs.
Yep.
That's counting minor leagues and major leagues. He has the most home runs.
Come again?
Nick Kurtz.
Gotcha.
With a Z at the end.
Nicholas Kurtz.
Yeah. I don't know. There's some talks about, what the A's are going to do when they call him up because he's a first baseman, but Sody Pop has been playing first base. Soderstrom is, a very well-rounded player. He can play the outfield. He can DH. He can. Them talks of even putting him at third.
He's a utility player.
He's a utility guy.
Put him at third.
Yeah.
Who playing third right now?
Gio Urshela.
Yes.
He's been all right.
Nah,
he's been mid.
He's
got some RBIs.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
A couple of errors though.
Yeah, definitely some errors.
That's actually dope though that they could pull him up and then just put Soderstrom wherever.
Yeah. And then we got
he can
Brent
catch
Rooker.
again. Shit.
Yeah, Soderstrom was a catcher.
He was.
So yeah.
I think he was a top ranked catcher at one point in the league.
Yeah. But also JT Ginn definitely provided a spark for the rotation. But we definitely need to make a trade for a bullpen arm and maybe a starting rotation arm because our pitching is absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrendous.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Even Severino's not doing that good.
Yeah.
Like he had a good start the other game. He had a good start, but then when we took him out, it just
his live series in MLB nasty.
I love him.
I'm like 3-0 with him. So
Really?
far.
You got Sevy? Damn. Well, anything else on the Kings or anything before we close out?
Luke's Lock of the Week, Luke's Lock of the Week, Luke's Lock of the Week.
My fault.
All good.
Hey, make me some money real
Make
quick.
me some money tonight.
I can do it for you.
I ain't gonna do it. All right. Do it for me.
All right, but you guys, or at least Tyler's gonna like this. Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Hemi Butler. The last 3 games.
Nah, bro.
Gimme.
The last 3 games, 30 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 7.5 assists, and 2 steals. Great way to close out the season for the Warriors to get that 7 seed for them. get locked in to play the Rockets. And then since joining the Warriors too, they have had the best defense in the league, which is kind of insane.
Best defense in the league.
Best defense in the league.
I don't believe
since
you.
adding since adding Jimmy to the Warriors, they are the best defensive team.
Nah, it's
The only thing I have to take away from them though is man does not look good in Warriors colors. I'm sorry. Does not look good in a Warriors jersey.
Nobody looks good in them ugly ass colors.
that's cap. You know that's cap.
Curry's the only one who looks good in that.
Curry looked good. But everybody else,
they ages like fine wine.
You better watch out, right?
Jimmy
fits in that
better
Warriors
and
jersey.
more fine. Dude.
Jimmy fits in that Warriors
needs to be in a red and white jersey like the Bulls or the Heat.
I do.
Yes.
think red looks better on it.
He looks so much better. In red.
Or hear me out. Purple and black. Hear me out. Purple and black.
No.
Purple and black.
Wait, is that
we got DeMar?
Yeah, it is.
We got DeMar.
Purple and black.
Yeah, the main ones at least.
Yeah, white, purple, and black.
Hey, weird question.
White.
Wait, you did Luke's Lock of the Week?
Jimmy Butler.
Bets? Yeah.
And then bets. Yeah. I do have a 5-leg parlay.
Make me some money.
Throw $10 down or however much you want. But this is for a $10 bet.
$10 wins you $10,000. Crash out.
For this $10, you'll walk away with 210 on the power play, and you'll walk away with 100 on the flex play. But Zach Lavine, 3.5 plus threes. You need 4 threes from Zach Lavine.
I need it.
That's gonna happen.
I need it.
That's gonna happen.
I need it.
I need it.
I did have to bet on Max Christie because
under, right?
His point. No,
the under, right?
His points were too easy. He only needs 7 points, 6.5 points from Max Christie.
Oh hell no!
So I mean that's probably gonna happen. And then Bam Adebayo.
Good bet.
Bam Adebayo. 1 3 from Bam. He's hit like 3 or 4 in the last.
I like it.
In the last 3 games, he's hit like a couple at least or 3. And then Keegan Murray, 19.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Need it.
And then Trey Lyles, you need 2 threes from him.
Ooh.
It's gonna happen.
Crash out parlay. How much you winning on this $10?
210 on the power play and 100 on the flex play.
Let's get it. Crown is yours, never hers.
I didn't put it down. I didn't bet, but
use that money. You know you're gonna win it.
Hey, I made it for you guys. It'll hit. I mean,
it'll hit. Yeah, I like it.
And then send me 20 when it does hit.
Need to be reimbursed.
Yeah, I like that.
And then ICU. You guys got any ICU?
I got an ICU. My ICU is Anthony Black from the Magic. Okay. He played very good last night.
Shout out Anthony.
Came in for Corey Joe and provided some good minutes off the bench. I think he should be starting at the PG, but yeah, if Corey Joe's working for you, Corey Joe's working for you. But I like Anthony Black's game.
Yeah.
So, noticed him last night, had to give him some
He's solid.
Yeah.
My boy, not really my boy. I just heard about him. Eric Fetty on the St. Louis Cardinals pitcher.
What a pull.
There was a highlight just the other night on Jackie Robinson Day. Comebacker straight back at his head. He dodges it, reaches up, and the ball was hit so hard that it popped out of his glove. Reaches up, catches it, gets the out, and then throws it to first for a double play.
That's what you should have done when I hit that ball.
That's hilarious.
But no, yeah, it was a nice play. It was pretty cool. You gotta look it up.
Also, ICU Max Muncy. He has a 4-game hit streak on the A's, and the stats are insane. Max Muncy on the Dodgers and Max Muncy on the A's have the exact same batting average, the exact same OPS. It's actually insane. And they have the same birthday. They might be the same person. Have we seen them in the same room together?
That's weird.
I'm not gonna say I have.
That's weird.
Spider-Man meme pointing at each other. That's them.
Spider-Man meme is me pointing at Drake.
I have a couple more things I want to talk about. First,
go crazy.
Shout out Stockton.
Stockton, yeah.
Shout out Stockton. This is the Stockton Heat, obviously, the old hockey team.
Ain't that what they do?
Ain't that what they do?
Stockton Kings are your G League champions.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, you just gotta shout out the little bros down there in Stockton.
Hey,
don't
good farm.
Them.
Good farm.
Yeah, honestly, they're doing better than us. Yeah,
they might be.
Isaac Jones though got his ring, and then Mason Jones, Finals MVP. Let's go. Shout out Stockton.
He is tough in the
tough.
G League.
He's tough.
He needs to play like that for us next year. Come on.
I really wish.
Get that confidence in the league.
I don't know.
Because damn, he's a hooper.
But yeah, shout out Stockton.
He's also going to Harvard. Mason Jones.
Currently?
Right now, getting his degree at Harvard.
Shout out.
While winning the G League championship.
Smart man.
Well, let's go.
He's a smart man.
Gentleman.
Yeah.
Scholar.
And then I also want to bring up Sac Republic.
Yeah.
So Sac Republic's playing tonight. It's the third round of the U.S. Open Cup, one of those tournaments I told you guys about. We didn't play the first 2 rounds because we had a bye. We were like one of the better teams last year. Yeah. So we had a bye to the 3rd round. But the team we're playing, El Forlito. It is a Mexican Spanish club from San Francisco.
Oh, we're cooked.
El
Loco?
No, funny enough, this team was founded in 1985, was first known as El Forlito, named after the owner's chain of restaurants. So this club was named after a chain of restaurants back in 1985.
Called that shit, bro. I didn't even know.
Now called El Faro. Fielded teams with immigrant players included former professionals and employees of the restaurant chain.
Oh, that's
which
hard.
Was pretty tight.
We might be cooked.
So they already beat Monterey Bay the last round. Yeah. So they already beat one team that's in our league, and they've been known as a good team. They've won this tournament before in the 90s. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It's like 95. I think they won the tournament, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So game time is tonight, 7 p.m. If we win this, we move on to the round of 16, which would be pretty tight. But yeah, big game. Pretty cool though. That's some pretty cool facts about that team.
Need some dubs in SAC tonight.
Yes.
Let's get multiple, and the A's are going to win in Chicago tonight. It's going to be a good night.
I can only imagine though how if that chain is still going, how much that restaurant's popping now.
Yeah, they must be cooking up over there.
Oh yeah.
And if the employees still play.
Yeah.
Because let me get a job.
That would be pretty. That'd be pretty cool though.
Yeah, I would. All right, well, let's go Kings. Let's beat the Mavericks tonight. Sabonis versus AD. You know, Sabonis owns that most of the time. Let's get it going.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're closing out on Beam City. Go like, subscribe. Thanks for joining the live chat. Love all the comments in the chat. Appreciate it all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go subscribe.
Talking shit about you. What are you gonna do?
Go subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all that. We'll be back on Saturday.
Cheers.
Peace.
Ooh.